Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And wow, what a beautiful mid-October day today, early fall. And it's a gorgeous one out there all across north central Washington. This look from our Rondo Rock Sky-Fi Tower camera looking up the Columbia River. And all we see is blue sky out there today, a very calm Columbia River. And just all in all, a very nice day. Temperature still just a little bit below where we should be for this time of year. But all in all, I think all of us will take it for mid-October. And I'll tell you what, as we look at our weather forecast for the week ahead, really not bad, at least for the first couple of days this week. Wednesday, we begin to transition into more of a wet period. We will stay on the warm side, warm meaning 55 to about the lower 60s, but it will be wet beginning on Wednesday night into Thursday and Friday. Thursday, we could also see some rain possible, also some heavy rain, or I should say some wind possible. Heavy rain is possible near the Cascade Crest on Thursday night. Friday, still rain, and into the weekend, Saturday as well, and then things get a little bit better by the time we end our weekend on Sunday, and we will talk much more about this weather system headed our way a little bit later on in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The Yakima man wanted after a September 27th campsite theft near Banks Lake is now formally charged with robbery. A former home care nursing assistant can no longer care for vulnerable adults after pleading guilty to theft. And the body of Assistant Fire Chief Christian Johnson returned home to Okanagan on Saturday. But first, we begin tonight. A Grant County jail inmate survived an apparent suicide attempt in his jail cell Friday morning. Grant County Corrections deputies found the unidentified man hanging in his single occupancy cell about 10:15 a.m. After life-saving measures by deputies and paramedics, he was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital, then by helicopter to a Spokane hospital. Details on his condition were not available today. The Grant County Sheriff's Office said the incident is under investigation. Meanwhile, the Yakima man wanted after a September 27th campsite theft near Banks Lake is now formally charged with robbery. Douglas County deputies and prosecutors say 32-year-old Kai M. Shelton helped rob a campsite while its tenants were away, making off with 2 electrical generators. When the campers returned, they fought with the robbers, and one of the alleged thieves, Joseph Aaron Lacey of Yakima, was run over by a getaway vehicle. One of the 2 vehicles involved, the red 2009 Toyota Sienna van, was registered to Shelton. Police have been seeking him since October 3rd. Other charges against Shelton are theft and second-degree assault. Well, a former home care nursing assistant can no longer care for vulnerable adults after pleading guilty to theft. 22-year-old Yazika Padilla of Chelan had her license suspended last month by the Department of Health. She was previously employed by an in-home health service in Chelan, where she used a client's credit card to make a $100 shoe order in February of 2018. She pleaded guilty in April to third-degree theft and served 20 days on electronic home confinement. The state has placed Padilla on a long-term registry of adult caregivers barred from practice. The body of Assistant Fire Chief Christian Johnson returned home to Okanagan on Saturday, escorted by firefighters from throughout the state and his own Okanagan County Fire District 3 crew. 55-year-old Johnson died in a Seattle hospital October 2nd from injuries he sustained September 1st fighting the spring coulee fire. The procession began in Bothell with first responders paying tribute along the way, including in Wenatchee. A celebration of life ceremony will be held for Johnson at 1 p.m. October 24th at the Okanagan County Fairgrounds. Coming up next, Representative Dan Newhouse is leading the charge for a new Indian Health Center in Omak. Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort is the second most affordable skiing destination in the country, according to a vacation website. And a big, deep pothole on a heavily traveled area highway is a recipe for disaster. We'll show you. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
Welcome back. In another news, last Friday, U.S. Representative Dan Newhouse led a fully bipartisan letter to the Indian Health Center in support of the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Indian Reservation's application for a new health center clinic in Omak. The project is through the Joint Venture Construction Program. That program, through the Colville Tribes, would fully fund the construction of a new clinic in Omak. In return, the Indian Health Center would provide staffing and operate the clinic at no cost to the tribe for a period of 20 years. The letter was co-signed by Senator Patty Murray, Senator Maria Cantwell, Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers, Representative Kim Schreier, and Representative Denny Heck. Mission Ridge Ski and Board Resort is the second most affordable skiing destination in the country, according to Home to Go, a vacation rental site. The annual Ski Price Index ranked 50 top ski destinations in North America based on the cost of equipment rental, price of a lift ticket, lunch on the slopes, and motel costs. You can get all of that at Mission Ridge for $227 a day, the site reported. The best deal was at Marmot Basin in Alberta, Canada, while the most expensive ski trip is in Beaver Creek, Colorado, at almost $600 a day. Well, a big, deep pothole on a heavily traveled highway is a recipe for disaster. But trouble was averted over the weekend when Washington Department of Transportation workers quickly spotted this menacing-looking pothole. It was on the Vantage Bridge on Interstate 90. WashDOT believes they were able to get a repair done before any damage was done to vehicles. Rest in peace, pothole. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
Being able to support yourself and your family is an important part of who we are. We all need to know we're able to provide ourselves with a secure future. Some job seekers have a harder time finding work. That's why Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is here, a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to help people find work. When you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you're really being a job creator, and that's a good thing for everyone's future. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Some jobs are a calling. They require something deeper, an innate devotion to the communities in which we live. At Gisa Credit Union, we help you support local firefighters. With every purchase you make with a Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select firefighter organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Gisa Firefighters Affinity debit card.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, Washington State apple growers are expressing concerns about continuing trade barriers that threaten overseas fruit exports. NCWLIFE Steve Hare reports.
Overseas trade accounts for 30% of the state's apple production. Washington Apple Commission reports over 33.1 million cartons of fruit were exported in 2016. Apple Commission President Todd Fryover said this year could be a challenge given the current trade environment and competition.
The international side, we have several challenges. We're still faced with the 20% duty in India. We're faced with a 50% duty in China, and USMCA is yet to be ratified, but as it stands today, there is no impact as far as the duty is concerned.
Fryover remains hopeful for an end to the trade tariffs that have impacted grower returns.
Well, I think the attitude is a little bit subdued. There's no question we're going to have to ship fruit overseas. About 30% of everything that we produce goes to 60 countries around the world. But we're not the only apple producer out there also. There's the EU 28, Eastern Europe, and China that make up a vast majority of the apples. It's a crowded marketplace. There's a lot of political unrest, a lot of trade issues that are out there. So I think the international side is going to be a challenge this year.
Mexico is the top export market for Washington apples, with over 12.3 million boxes of fruit shipped between 2013 and 2016. Canada comes in second with 6.3 million boxes. China accounted for 2.2 million boxes during that same time span. Steve Hare, NCWLIFE News.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, look at this beautiful shot outside our weather window from this afternoon. This was looking up the Columbia River from our Rondo Sky-Fi Tower camera, and we saw beautiful clear skies out there today. What a day to be on the water, right? Calm conditions out there, not much wind, just a beautiful fall day here in mid-October. High temperatures today, better than we saw last week, that's for sure. Today we did reach a high unofficially of 60 degrees here in the Wenatchee area, and that's still just a little bit below where we should be for this time of year. 62 is our normal high, 38 is where we started, 42 is our normal low temperature, 77 our record back in 1961, 25 our record low temperature way back in 1969. We did pick up a trace of precipitation. That was around midnight. A little bit of rain yesterday morning as well. Not a whole lot. Still at 5.93 inches of moisture since January 1st. Sunrise 7:18. Look at that early sunset now at 6:15. Let's take a peek at your Tuesday weather and see how that shapes up. And it's going to be a lot like today, temperature-wise anyway. At least we'll see temperatures in the upper 50s to around 60, 61 in Moses Lake, 60 at Freda, 59 Quincy. We'll see 58 in the Wenatchee area, 58 as well for you in Kashmir, 50 for the high temperature in Lake Wenatchee, and up in Omak, 57. So as I mentioned, temperatures a lot like today, just a few more clouds tomorrow, and we'll show you why here in a second as we take a look at our surface loop. And tonight, we expect partly cloudy skies, calm conditions. Right here is our big weather maker and the associated frontal boundary with that system. So as it continues to move eastward, we will see increasing clouds, and that will happen during the day on Tuesday. You can see first a wisp of clouds will move through, then a break, and then some heavier clouds late in the day, and that means about a 20% chance of late in the day. I think it'll even be after probably 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow night that this frontal boundary moves through and brings us that chance of rain. Our chance of rain will increase then once again on Wednesday and then again on Thursday. A 70% chance of rain on Wednesday. A big westerly flow means maybe some windy conditions too in north central Washington on Thursday. We're talking gusts around 20 miles an hour with then a 60% chance of rain. That'll be late in the day on Thursday. Folks, it's going to be a wet and messy one from Wednesday right through the upcoming weekend. Friday, mostly cloudy skies, a 40% chance of rain. You can still see a strong westerly flow and even some snow in the higher elevations of the Cascades. Definitely not out of the question. Snow levels about 3,000 to 4,000 feet as we get into the upcoming weekend. Cooler, a 40% chance for showers on Saturday as we turn more to a northwesterly flow, bringing that cooler air in. But look at the rain. All of us inundated with some kind of shower activity, and that will last into Sunday too. A 30% chance of showers. One system moves through and another one gets poised to move in on us. That will wind up and move in probably by early next week. So enjoy today and enjoy tomorrow because it's going to be a wet period coming up beginning on Wednesday. Let's take a look at your quick Lube and Tune 7-day forecast now. 40 degrees our overnight low tonight, so just a little bit below where we should be for this time of year. 58 both Tuesday and Wednesday, but Wednesday, that's where we start to get wet. A 70% chance of rain midweek. Thursday, a 60% chance of rain and 59. And then a bit of a cool down too as our wind flow switches from west to more of a northwesterly flow. We'll see mostly cloudy skies for Friday. Lots of football action around the area. A 40% chance of rain and 56. And then 55 for Saturday. I think that's a little bit more than a 30% chance of rain. May adjust that by tomorrow. It's going to be a wet one for Saturday and then some improvement by Sunday. But look at those temperatures Sunday. A high of 53 and a low of 37. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
If you want to work in IT, here's a tip. Employers value IT certifications. 91% say they play a key role in hiring. 72% require them for certain job openings. Improve your odds of getting the job. Enroll in the Computer Networking Systems program at Charter College. In 14 months, you could earn an associate degree and 6 IT certifications. Get started at chartercollegeIT.com, where we work to get you to work.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Mary Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solely on Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solely on Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. The Seahawks erased a 20-6 first-half deficit and came back to beat Cleveland Sunday, 32-28. Chris Carson capped the comeback with a game-winning 1-yard touchdown run with 3:30 left, giving him 124 yards rushing on the day. Any chance the Browns had for a win extinguished by K.J. Wright's interception with 2:20 left. It was the defense's 4th turnover of the game to go along with a blocked punt. Seattle coach Pete Carroll was thrilled with how his team never buckled and came through with a victory.
I just loved the way we hung tough and stayed in this game. There were so many opportunities to let this game go one way away from us, and our guys just would not do it. The goal line stand down there, all that took, and all of the back and forth and all of the things that happened down there was an extraordinary sequence. But our guys wound up stopping them, and I was so fired up about that. That's when football is at its very best. The second half, I just thought it just showed. We put a lot of yards up on the first half, and then we just kept going. I thought the offense did a beautiful job today. Russell was exquisite again. I mean, he found his ways to make his plays. Two touchdowns and ran one in as well. He's just making stuff happen, and it's got to be hard for the other side trying to figure out how you can stop the guy. He just keeps making plays.
Russell Wilson was 23 for 33, 295 yards, couple of touchdowns through the air, another on the ground. Continued his MVP-type numbers. He said the message was clear despite being down early.
We're made for it. We're built for it. So I think that the biggest thing was just to stay the course. I kept telling the guys, stay the course, stay the course. We felt like we were moving the ball pretty well, and everything else. Because something that would happen, maybe a long situation, or they made a good play here and there. So I think for us, we just had to stay the course and kept believing. Our defense, I thought was amazing though, and that's especially in the second half there, just to make some of those huge turnovers. I mean, they had 4 turnovers today, 3 interceptions, just making plays. Just finding a way to get the ball back, and the 4th and 1 stop was incredible.
Seahawks defense had 3 interceptions along with a forced fumble recovery to go along with that blocked punt, but that all happened after Cleveland ran up and down the field at will in its first 3 possessions. That's when Bobby Wagner pulled everybody aside for a strong message.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like it was, we weren't playing how we needed to be playing, and I felt like, that's not the defense that we want to be. So I felt like it was important for me to get the guys together and basically just say, do your job, don't try to do too much, and don't worry about the score. We'll be fine. If we keep playing our game, we'll be fine. And so we got a lot of young guys. Myself, Russ, KJ, we've been in games like this where it hasn't gone our way, and we came back. So it was kind of just letting them know that it's the first quarter, we're fine.
Bad news from the game. Tight end Will Dissly went down with Achilles injury. Looks like he's out for the season. Seattle improved to 6-1 with a win. They'll host Baltimore Sunday, 125 CenturyLink Field. We'll take a look at the Les Schwab College football scoreboard from Saturday. True freshman quarterback Jaden Daniels scored from 17 yards out with 34 seconds left. That gave number 18 Arizona State a come from behind 38-34 win over Washington State. Jacob Eason threw for 243 yards, couple of touchdowns. Salvan Ahmed ran for 3 scores as Washington rallied in the second half to beat Arizona 51-27. Eric Berrier threw for 5 touchdowns to lead Eastern Washington past Northern Colorado 54-21. And Christian Moore threw for 423 yards and 5 touchdowns as Central Washington got back on the winning track, downing Azusa Pacific 44-6. Staying on the football field, let's head back to Friday. Check the Les Schwab Prep football scoreboard. First in the Big 9, Eastmont Wildcats did all the scoring they would need to be done in the first half in a 42-16 win over Davis. 5 different players scored 6 rushing touchdowns in the first half for Eastmont, while the defense recorded 7 first-half sacks. I was with Grant Olson with your play-by-play here on the NCWLIFE channel. 2nd down and 1 from the 6. Man in motion. They're going to turn and pitch it out to him. Running around the left side, trying to get to the corner and into the end zone for the touchdown. It's Corbin Keys as Eastmont scores first.
Beautiful fake once again, which was sold by Everhart at the line of scrimmage, and great blocking around the left side, especially a seal blocked by the wide receiver on that side.
You got to think Eastmont will go back to the running game as they send a man in motion. They turn, hand it off. Look out! 50, 45, 40, running away from everybody all the way to the end zone for the 58-yard touchdown run. Eastmont, just like that, strikes again.
Austin Popoff, was it?
Austin Popoff with the run and the touchdown. Ensuing kickoff, Gregerson gets a better foot into this one with a return man back at his own 7. Dropped the football, still looking for it, and then Eastmont comes and covers it.
At the 5-yard line.
I thought it was too, but it's only 13 on the scoreboard. Everhart, meanwhile, leaps into the air and leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Ruffins gets the pitch, looking left, got a block, into the end zone, touchdown.
6 yards.
Beautiful job of sealing the far side of the field. We'll see what happens here as they send Popoff in motion, handoff Tally, and he is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, no problem, 25 yards and a gallop. Boom. Man in motion again. They're going to turn and pitch it out and turn in the corner and getting a great block into the end zone for the touchdown. Corbin Keys will find the goal line, and a beautiful block on the left side by the tackle over there, as well as I think Logan Easley had the corner.
Great blocking, and the line has been doing just an outstanding job all night long.
So a 26-yard field goal attempt to try to recoup 3 of those missed extra points. Snap is back, spot is down, blocking is good, kick is on the way, and it's good.
They had really good guys, it's just the right calls. I got to thank Coach Foster for putting us in the right spots to make big plays.
Okay, well, that first half, some definite hitting going on, and there's some little extracurricular stuff here and there. How do you keep your cool when that stuff is going on?
I got to do better of that. I'm not doing a good job right now, but I need to tone it down. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easier, but I just got to tell myself to cool down, play the game that I know how to play.
Don, we talked about that, about family and about football family. And is that up to you guys, too, to kind of pull in the guys and say, hey, we got to focus on the task at hand?
Yeah, it's a big key. Football is basically family, like you said. And when Caleb was down, we all told him, hey, bro, it's okay. Like, you got it next time. Let's play clean, let's play better. And I think that's what we did, and that's how we executed really well.
Also on Friday night, Wenatchee Panthers escaped West Valley with a 15-10 win over the Rams, and it was the Moses Lake Chiefs falling to Eisenhower 24-7. Turning to the Caribou Trail League on Friday, Cashmere won the 66th battle for the Bronze Shoe. Downing Chelan 28-18, Omak over Cascade, and Okanagan beat Freeman. To the CWAC we go. Ephrata won the Battle of the Basin, shutting out Quincy 38-0. Prosser, Othello, and Toppenish also winners on Friday. In the Central Washington B-League play, Manson topped Kettle Falls. It was Brewster, Chewelah, ACH, and Bridgeport also posting victories. In other prep sports from the weekend, on the soccer slate, it was Wenatchee, Eastmont, Cascade, Cashmere, Ellensburg, Grandview, all picking up victories. Meanwhile, in volleyball, just a couple of games on the slate. Eastmont fell to Selah, while Liberty Bell beat Waterville Mansfield. The Wenatchee Wild had a tough weekend. They split. They lost on Friday 5-2 and came up with an overtime win on Saturday. They'll next be on the road for 3 games this weekend. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And recapping tonight's top news story, a Grant County jail inmate survived an apparent suicide attempt in his cell Friday morning. Grant County Corrections deputies found the unidentified man hanging in his single occupancy cell about 10:15 a.m. After life-saving measures by deputies and paramedics, he was taken to Columbia Basin Hospital, then by helicopter to a Spokane hospital. Details on his condition were not available today. The Grant County Sheriff's Office said the incident is under investigation. Finally tonight, let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Join me tomorrow live at 7 o'clock in this very studio. My guest will be Ramon Rivera, the happiest person in North Central Washington. He's like a ray of sunshine in an otherwise cloudy day. Yeah, Ramon will be talking mariachi, Wenatchee, and all the good things you're so used to on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Back at it here live tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station. When you're ready to purchase your next vehicle, make sure you stop by Sangster Motors. They're your locally owned and operated Buick and GMC dealer offering 4 acres of new and quality used inventory. Their philosophy is simple. They offer you the best product at a competitive price, all with impeccable service. Stop in today, have some popcorn or coffee at Gear Up Java, let the kids play, and talk with one of the Sangsters about your next vehicle. You'll find them on the corner of 9th and Miller in Wenatchee or online at sangstermotors.com. Caring about your family is what brings you back to theirs.
My first experience with CVCH, I had to come in with my daughter by myself with a cut in my hand that required stitches, and the care and compassion at CVCH was really significant, that they took the care and compassion and made me feel more as a human instead of just a patient there. The care they have for their community all around, inside and outside the clinic, is what I feel like is different, and that's what makes me want to come back to CVCH and recommend them to my friends and family.